to Mystery Beers episode number 235 of
Brutal Battle.
So, we told you we would be doing another one of these mini decasode type things, mini tournaments, and we're just doing it right after the pumpkin one that we just did, which was fun.
Yes.
But
we should have broken it up.
High ABV. So, I made the reassurance to Rebecca that this will not be like that. We're doing Oktoberfest beers, and that can mean usually like two different things here, but we're doing Oktoberfest beers, so I checked the beers for the ABV to assure Rebecca. One of the beers is 6.1%. All the rest of them are under 6%. Okay. So it's 6 beers, all low ABV. We should be good.
Yes.
So to talk about it right off the bat, Oktoberfest. So Oktoberfest in Germany means something a little bit different than Oktoberfest in America, typically. So in Germany, it's kind of a traditional style that in America they call a fest beer, technically, because it's called Oktoberfest beer in Germany. And that terminology is not used in the United States because of some sort of law, like it's not actually allowed to be or something like that. Yeah. So it's referred to, what the style is of Oktoberfest beer in Germany is referred to as fest beer in the United States.
Okay.
So when they say Oktoberfest for the United States, it's usually a Märzen is what they're doing, which is a German beer style, but is typically not what they mean for Oktoberfest. So it gets a little bit confusing somewhat. So usually with the traditional German style Oktoberfest beer, it's kind of like a bit pale, it's malty, but it's also quite dry on the end. Whereas the American Oktoberfest is that Märzen style, which is more sweet and malty and darker. So there's a difference. So you could end up most likely with those two different types. Either you're going to get a fest beer or a Märzen. In what we're trying. And real quick, sorry, I know you were ready to go, and that's fine, but I just need to do the intro of all 6 of these beers were picked out by Rachel Herron at Wine World. I had just told her, hey, grab the 6 beers that you think are the best. So I know what the beers are, but I also didn't look closely because she was grabbing them. So I poured them for this. Rebecca's 100% blind. I'm not blind, but kind of blind because I'm not going to remember what these beers are because I didn't even look closely at them. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. So the first beer.
The first one is going to, I think, the darkest of them.
Yeah, actually, it does look like the darkest.
But they're all the rest, besides this one, the rest of them are basically the same color.
It's like a brownish, orangish. Yeah, it's like an orange brownie. Yeah. Pretty clear. I think they all, they're all totally clear.
Yeah, I think this will be interesting because I'm going to guess they're all going to have very similar noses.
Yeah, that might be the case. Okay. Tell me what you smell. There's something very particular that I smell in this that I don't want to say because I don't want to lead you on it. I'll let you go with that.
Well, I'm getting honey.
Yeah.
And obviously malt.
I'm surprised you haven't said one thing in particular, because that's the first thing that hits me. And it's offensive.
Naked Cheerios.
Skunky. It doesn't smell like
really?
skunky to you?
I don't get that at all.
It doesn't smell skunky to me. It's kind of skunky. But I agree there's that honey. There's a little bit of kind of like a grain. Maybe more like straw, in my opinion. A little alfalfa.
I was just going to say alfalfa.
Alfalfa.
That's about it, though. It's not super,
clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, clean. Yeah, I don't really smell, I don't smell anything other than that. But it does smell skunky to me.
Taste has a lot of the alfalfa is very present on the taste, I think.
Yeah. And there's a honey. There is a low, like kind of medium low honey that kind of carries throughout the whole taste of it. It's a really easy beer.
Oh my God, it's so easy.
It's pretty drying too. It kind of feels like it just like really saps the moisture right off your tongue. I mean, I don't dislike it.
I don't either.
I kind of like it.
It's
Yeah,
I do. I
So when I continue to sip it, like that honey starts to taste a little bit more rich to me. Like it's not just like your typical like yellow honey. It tastes like it's a little bit richer than that, a little bit darker in flavor than that.
Yeah, I don't dislike it. I don't love it, but I think it's.
And that may be all these beers,
right?
To be honest, because for us, we're not like huge on Oktoberfest / Fest beer / Märzen. It's not, And actually, just so people know, the Oktoberfest beer, like the traditional German style, was derived from like a Vienna style lager. These are all lagers, so yeah. Okay, are you ready to rate this beer?
3.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to go ahead and say 3 as well. It's appropriate. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and reveal it before we move on. This is the only one in a bottle.
Oh.
So I might tell you a little something. This is a traditional one from Germany, which is why it was kind of weird to me that it's the darkest one, because when I was reading, it was saying that typically the traditional Oktoberfests from Germany are lighter in color than the Märzens. So I don't know, but it actually classifies it on here as malt liquor, 5.9%. It's Spaten Oktoberfest. Oh no, it says it's a Märzen actually. There, it says Un Märzen. Spaten Oktoberfest Un Märzen. Oh, because it doesn't say Oktoberfest beer. It just says Oktoberfest.
Oh.
Okay, so theirs is a Märzen. It's very dry for just being like a Märzen style. But it's by Spattenbrau out of Munich, Germany. So this is the German Oktoberfest.
Okay. So moving on to number 2.
Okay, yes. Let's go with number 2. This is very orange. And like we said, they're all clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very orange.
Oh, man. Not getting much of anything here.
Oh, yeah, me neither. I really got to work for it. I get honey. You really got to stick your nose in there,
Yeah,
though.
but, I mean, it is.
It's very low-level smells. Honey. But along with the honey, there's also another sweetness in it that is definitely like malt sweetness. It's not just coming off as like a honey sweetness. It is coming off as honey mixed with a typical malt sweetness.
Yeah, I just feel like they're all going to be about the same.
It actually, to be honest, smells a slight bit brown sugary. Just a little bit.
Okay.
But it smells very clean. Whereas with the Spaten, I felt like I was smelling skunkiness. I don't smell that at all. It smells just very smooth and easy on this one and clean.
It's definitely sweeter.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is very, very easy.
Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah, it's the sweetness in comparison to the Spaten. It's a pretty big increase in sweetness. And it's not dry. Like, I guess it's a little bit dry, but it's not nearly as drying as that Spaten was. That Spaten was very drying. This is like, just a slight bit drying.
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's very crisp, though.
You may not notice. Yeah.
It has like a crisp snap on the end. And I do get a little bit of that kind of straw alfalfa note, but it's not as pronounced as
it's more straw than the alfalfa. Alfalfa, I feel like, has more of a strong characteristic.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
And I think it has the Naked Cheerio finish.
Yes, it does. Actually, I didn't really pick up on that so much because I was so focused on the sweetness of it.
Yeah.
Until you said that. So yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's easy.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be kind of rating in... It's going to be hard because you're going to want to rate within the style, kind of, which we typically don't do.
Carlin is perplexed.
Yeah, this is a little... because I definitely like it better than the first one.
Well, I was going to say, how are we going to distinguish? Because I was going to give it the same rating, even though I do think I like it more than Beer 1.
I don't know. I feel like I have to go a 4. Because I definitely do like it more than the first one.
I like it more, but I don't think I like it a whole number more, so I'm still going 3.
Okay. I like it a whole number more, so I guess it's good that you stayed, because then it's just a slight increase.
Okay.
So it kind of stays on par for how you feel about it, because you get that half out of it with the overall. So that makes sense.
Okay. What is it?
I like it, though. I like it more than Spaten, but I like the Spaten, too. So, all right. This is by Union Brewing. Oh. Union Craft Brewing out of Baltimore, Maryland. It's their Fest beer, is what they're calling it. Oktoberfest Lager is what they call it. Their Oktoberfest Lager. So I guess this is not a Märzen? No, because they don't say Märzen on here. So this is their version beer of an Oktoberfest Lager.
Okay.
So I guess that makes sense why it's lighter in color. Mm-hmm. And actually, that was the lightest in color of all of these.
Yeah, now the rest of these really do look...
Oh,
very, very, very similar.
5.6% alcohol in that.
Okay.
Okay. Good job, Union.
Okay, next.
Number 3. I'm gonna drink some water real quick. Okay, here we go. Number 3. So this one kind of looks like the Union, but a little bit more orange. Yeah. Just a little bit darker.
Oh, man.
None of these are retaining a whole lot of head, by the way.
This is going to be so hard.
Oh, no. This one smells very similar to the Union one.
This one?
But, do you get a little bit of like a vegetal, like, there's something kind of earthy to this that was not in the first two.
And I'm also getting a little bit of a salinity.
Okay. I see where you're saying that. I don't think it is a salinity, but I see why it smells like that to you. It's like a little bit, kind of almost a little bit of like a rough finish on the nose, or a little bit of like a tang to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like ends on a sweet note, but also like a little tangy sweet note.
It's not tart, but it's like
yeah.
I'm getting something like
that. Might indicate sickly sweet, to be honest. And as I continue to sniff it, I feel like I smell a very, very slight kind of aspirin note on it too. It's very low key, but I do also get the hay notes on there as well. So
I've taken a couple sips and it's like tastes like nothing.
Yeah, what the heck is this?
It just tastes. There's like very, very little flavor.
I'm trying to pick it out. Like, it's very watery. It's very watery. And I did a very good rinse before.
Yeah, I did too. I did too, actually. I mean, I guess I'm getting a little sweetness,
a little honey,
but that's it.
It's kind of dry. Like, it's kind of like a medium dry. It's in between the Spaten and the Union with dryness. More on the side of the Spaten than the Union.
Yeah. But there's not a lot of... I know. I've taken a bunch of sips, and I'm really, really trying to...
There's a low-grade honey.
That's it.
If you keep tasting it, it starts to just taste kind of like bitter on the end because of all that drying that it does. That beer sucks. I'm going to be honest. That beer sucks. I don't like that.
Well, there's nothing to it.
No, there's nothing to enjoy. Like, just drink water, to be honest. Don't buy that beer. I'm not buying it. One. That sucks. That's a crap beer. Why'd they give me that? Okay. Rachel, you're in trouble for that one. I mean, good on the Spaten and the Union. They're good for Oktoberfest, but you're in trouble for this one, whatever it is. Oh, okay. This is the one that when she put it on my cart, I said, "Are you sure?" Because I think that brewery sucks. And sure enough, it's Sly Fox Brewing. They are out of... They're in Pennsylvania. Let me see if I can find the specific. Sly Fox Brewing Company. It doesn't say specifically.
Don't they contract?
Oh, wait. Pottstown, Pennsylvania. No. There's a... I'm trying to remember who it is. Oh, it's Brewer's Art. Has their stuff contract brewed by Sly Fox.
Oh.
That's the stuff that they have in cans and bottles. Right. The stuff actually at their brew pub in Baltimore is brewed there. So that's why it's good there, and it's not that good in cans and bottles, to be honest. Because I don't think Sly Fox does a good job.
No, I don't mind their stuff.
But this is Sly Fox's Oktoberfest lager, is what they call it. Their can design's cool. It's got like a fox inside of like a coat of arms with like some like barley coming out the sides.
It's like nothing.
This beer's not good.
I'm not drinking that.
And this is the one that's 6.1%. This is the highest ABV of all of them. So I guess you can kind of get that with that extra bitterness on the end of it, but that beer's not good. I don't recommend that at all. Neither of us do. That's
okay.
That makes me feel good that I said that when she put it in, because then I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. No, not wrong. Sly Fox.
No, has she had all of these?
Supposedly. I thought so.
We'll have to debrief with her after this.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to her. Because, okay, so she put a bunch of them in the cart. She had 6 of them, and then she called someone else who works there. I forget who it was, and asked them their opinions, and then she switched 2. And I don't remember if the Sly Fox was one, if that was originally what she put in, or if she switched it. I think that may have been one she switched, I think. In which case, maybe she hasn't had it, and the other person just had. I was like,
to find out.
Yeah. So,
okay,
let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
So obviously, Sly Fox is the loser, Union's the winner at the moment. This one's dark, much darker.
I don't know, is it?
But it's still not as dark as the Spaten, obviously. We said the Spaten was the darkest. It's a bit lighter than the Spaten. This is more like orange, but getting a little brown, to be honest. The color...
They look the same, Carl.
Yeah, they're close.
They're close. Okay, and here we go.
I like the smell on this one. I smell a little cherry on that.
I was going to say it's fruity.
Yeah, there is a fruitiness to this. I like the smell of this. This is very different from the first 3. And that's kind of like a real good thing. I was going to say, like... That's a real big plus right now.
Well, it's also real... It's not that different. But
in comparison. After you went through 3 that have a lot of the same notes to it, smell notes. Yeah. There's a nice cherry, but it's like a candied, like brown sugar candied cherry nose.
There's some sweetness.
Smells slightly Scotch ale like, which I like.
Like a much, much, much lighter version, obviously.
Oh yeah, much lighter version of Scotch ale, because this is under 6% alcohol. Smells good, yeah. No, it's like there's a nice honey, that cherry, that kind of brown sugar to it.
I'm struggling to pick up any of this besides fruit.
No, I'm not.
I'm kind of getting cranberry.
Cranberry?
Yeah.
I can't see cranberry, but going forward. I feel like I taste a little bit of that fruitiness. It's not nearly as pronounced as it is in the nose, but it's there very, very slightly. I feel like the nose overpromised a little bit.
Yeah.
I do get a little of that brown sugar, though.
Kind of has fallen a little flat for me.
In comparison to the nose, yes. And it's drier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And a little more bitter on the finish, also, than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I don't dislike it, though.
But do you like it?
I'm trying to figure out where I think this should go. I'm between 2 numbers on it. I feel like I definitely still like the Union the most at the moment.
Yes.
But...
I shouldn't have drank all mine.
Well, there's more of everything.
I know, because I need to be able to, like, compare and be like, do I like it more than the...
Yeah,
okay.
I need a few more.
I'm doing it, too.
Okay. I'm going to go with 3. Because it's very close for me to the Spaten. And I think this will be the reverse situation of that Union one, where you went 1 lower than me, and then we got that 0.5. I'm going to do 1 higher. No, it's going to be the same. Yeah, you're going to do... No, I mean, like, I'm intentionally going to do one higher.
Okay.
Because I was between a 2 and a 3, but I'm going to intentionally do one higher because I think it should have that 0.5.
Okay. So you think it should be between...
2.5.
Okay, between the Spaten and the...
And the Union.
Yeah,
yes,
I would agree with that.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Well, no. It's not between the Spaten and the Union. It's below the Spaten and the Union.
Oh. Yes.
But yes, that makes sense. Yes, exactly. That makes sense. It's just 0.5 lower than the Spaten is what makes sense. Sorry, that was a little confusing, people. We were getting confused. It's not like it's because the alcohol's affecting us, because there's not a whole lot in here.
No.
Okay, I'm going to cleanse my palate again, and we will move on to number 5.
We have to find out what it is.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Wait. I was like, wait a minute.
Whoops. Yeah, no, you're totally right.
Sometimes I don't pay attention, but...
Okay, this is... Oh, this is going to be interesting for you. The beer is called Oktoberfest, and it's a Märzen-style lager, and it is by Funk Brewing.
Oh, really?
Out of...
That's somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Easton, Pennsylvania. Now, we've known about Funk Brewing. We had them at the State College Brew Expo last year, and really enjoyed a bunch of their stuff.
And then we had some stuff at that 4th of July party.
Yeah, we went to a 4th of July party with some friends, and one of them was from Pennsylvania, and he brought some funk with him, and he was like, I've really been enjoying funk stuff, and we drank some of that, and we were like, yeah, that's really good. So, yes, this is how I am telling you. When I saw her put this in, I was like, oh, cool, that would be great to let Rebecca know that we can get funk now.
Oh,
so now we're getting Funk Brewing down here, which is cool. So this is, Funktoberfest, Märzen-style lager by Funk Brewing, out of Easton, Pennsylvania, 5.9% alcohol, and that's a 16-ounce can. The Spaten was in a 12-ounce bottle. The Sly Fox and the Union were in 12-ounce cans, and this is a 16-ounce can.
And the can art on that is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it looks very German. It's got like a nice little German hat. It's got a mustache, and it has a feather in the hat that says Prost, which is like a German cheers for drinking. So, yeah, so cool. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay. Here we go again.
Next. Number 5. In comparison to the Funk one, almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just about exactly the same. Not enough of a difference to even comment on. There's something unique to this one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out what that is. Caramel.
Yeah, I was going to say it's something very sweet. Caramel, yeah.
But butterscotch.
Like toffee, yeah.
Caramel butterscotch. I gotta be honest, it smells a little buttery.
Yeah. It smells good.
Caramel, toffee, butter, honey. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not super complex. None of these are...
Ooh,
oh.
No, there is a slight fruit note. There is a little bit of that cherry like we got out of the Funk one, but it's not nearly as much. It's much lower, but I get it in there.
Ooh, I like this one.
So what do you taste?
I'm getting all those flavors, but I'm also getting a little bit of a bitterness that kind of balances out. It's definitely sweet. All of these have a very thin mouthfeel.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But there's definitely some sweetness, but there's definitely some bitterness, malt. They're all kind of the same. But the sweetness isn't just one note. I feel like there are some layers of sweetness, like you were saying, like the butter.
Yeah.
Some caramel notes.
I wonder if that butter is diacetyl. Like a low level of diacetyl in it, which is an off flavor for beers. But I feel like...
It works.
Yeah, it's fine in this beer, though. So, okay. Whatever. I don't love this, but it's kind of interesting. Like that kind of like butteriness, the butterscotch, the caramelly, they all kind of mix together pretty well. And then I do get that little bit of kind of a cherry coming through, but it is super low, like I said, in the nose.
It's really hard because these are so similar.
And there's a little bit of a grain finish on the end. It's not like it's not so much like a naked Cheerio.
No.
It's a little bit darker than that. It is kind of like...
It's like malty.
Yeah, it is like definitely malty. It's kind of a little bit similar to when we were... we went to Sagamore Distillery in Baltimore recently, and they let us just like chomp on some of their mash that was sitting on top. And just like that kind of like grain, that rich grainy, when it's got a bunch of unfermented sugars in it, like it's kind of a little like that. I do like it. I'm trying to figure out where this should go though for me.
What's my top rating so far?
Your top rating is a 4 on the Union. So if you want to do a comparison, go between the two.
I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm going to give it a 3.
I like them for different reasons.
I'm going 3.
Okay.
I like it. But yeah, I think I like it as much as the funk one. So you're going to 4. So that's a 3.5. So that is actually tied for the best with the Union.
Okay. See, I'm happy with that.
So that makes sense. No, yeah.
Because I like them about the same, but I like them for different reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. They're pretty different. Okay.
They're pretty different, but also very similar.
This one is 5.6%, no big difference. It's just called Oktoberfest, and it's by Black Flag Brewing.
Oh, okay.
Out of their Columbia, Maryland. So
a lot of local stuff.
Yes, a lot of local stuff. Well, local and local-ish. Well, you got the first one from Germany.
That's true.
So
not
at all local. The Sly Fox isn't that far away. The Union, very close. The Funk is in Pennsylvania as well, so not like super far away. Black Flag, not that far away, down in Columbia, Maryland. So, okay. Well, it's funny because the two Maryland breweries are having the best performance in this. Is that a coincidence? Maybe not.
So last one.
Number 6.
Yeah, let me rinse.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the most challenging tasting.
Well, that's the thing. It's in my opinion, it's very easy to taste beers that have very different flavor profiles and aromas. It's very hard when the beers are super close or they're the same style and they don't deviate too much, because then you have to really, really nitpick and really get in there and try and suss it out. It's really hard. Yeah. Okay, so coloration-wise, this is just a little bit lighter than the Black Flag Oktoberfest, I think, but not by a whole lot.
Yeah.
Not by a whole lot.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a lot of honey.
Yeah.
A lot of honey, and it's like very rich honey.
It's like the wildflower honey.
Yeah, and it smells sugary, too, to be honest. Doesn't it smell like there's residual sugar in there, too?
Yeah, it kind of smells like apple cider.
I don't think so. Does it smell like mead?
Okay, maybe mead.
It kind of smells like mead, which, if people don't know, is a honey wine.
Okay.
Like, literally, it's wine made out of honey.
I could go with that.
Yeah, it kind of smells like a mead, but I'm getting a slight caramel, which I like in this.
I'm getting a lot of alfalfa.
Yeah. Yep.
But there's...
Definitely. You think there's something else that you're trying to figure out? Mm-hmm. Pine. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pine note.
I was gonna say I'm getting a hop presence, and maybe it's that
like
pine,
a piney hop presence.
Yeah,
this might be the most interesting nose of all of them.
Kind of resiny.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like a little dankness.
Sure.
Yeah, this does have them.
Dank in comparison. Dank in comparison to the other 5. Let's make that.
Everything is in comparison.
Yes, it's all in comparison.
This definitely is the most complex nose.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it smells actually almost kind of syrupy, because when you say resiny, like that kind of is synonymous. But it's a little syrupy in the nose.
Okay,
it smells good.
I'm just glad that I'm getting. able to like detect differences because I was like, if I stick my nose into one more thing and I'm like, I don't smell anything.
We're better than you think at this. We're better than you think. This tastes pretty good.
This tastes very different. Well, okay. Very different. It's relative.
Right. This actually tastes like a baby version of a Scotch ale to me. It really does. I get a little cherry on the end. I get that caramel. I get the pine. I get the alfalfa.
Yeah.
It's kind of like dark honey.
This isn't as sweet as a lot of them.
It smelled sweeter than all of them. But taste-wise, it tastes less sweet than a bunch of them.
It's not...
That one's good. I like this one.
And it's different. It's not finishing as crisp or clean as a lot of them. It still is, but are you going back to the Union?
The Union, yeah. Because that's been my favorite one.
They're different.
They are very different. I'm trying to figure out if I feel like achievement-wise, if they're on the same level. Because I'm feeling like...
You want to give this one more?
I'm between a 4 and a 5 on this, to be honest. It's well crafted.
I'm going to go 4.
Okay. It's nice. It is nice. Okay, I'm actually going to go 4 as well.
Okay.
And this is actually then going to be the winner.
Oh.
This is our winner. This is the top one. It's number 4.
Wow.
So, okay.
Well, it's not my winner necessarily, because I gave 3 beers a 4.
Right. It is, well, it's not necessarily my winner either, because I gave 2 beers a 4.
Oh.
But that's why combined scores mean everything, because combined scores, this is the show winner.
Okay, show winner is, I'm nervous.
Oktoberfest.
Who's it by?
It's by... Oh, it's a collaboration.
Okay.
Between Otter Creek Brewing, who is out of Vermont, somewhere in Vermont. Let me see if it's... Sorry, I don't know. Oh, wait, here we go. They're out of Middlebury, Vermont. Okay, Otter Creek out of Middlebury, Vermont, in collaboration with Kamba, Bavaria, out of, that's Sion, Germany.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
So this is an American-German collaboration.
That's cool.
And this is the best one according to our aggregate scores. Like, this is the best one according to the overall podcast.
Of what we've had.
So, yeah, and it literally, like, on the label's cool. It's like this stylized beer mug with
like
foam.
A Stein.
Yeah, with foam coming out of the top, and it has the 2 logos, the one of Kamba and the one of Otter Creek, and on the one side it says Germany, and the other side says America.
That's cool.
So it's the 2 Oktoberfests coming together. Oh, I'm glad I ended up randomly putting that as the final one.
Yeah, cool.
Because we started with the German, we had a bunch of American, and then we ended with the German/American.
Oh my gosh, that was so cool.
That's weird how that... I mean, it's perfect, but it's weird. That's cool. That's really cool. And that's the winner. So the Otter Creek Kamba collaboration Oktoberfest is the winner. Behind that, tied for the second spot, is the Black Flag Oktoberfest and the Union Brewing Fest beer. They're just calling it Fest beer, which is a Märzen style. They're calling it on there. Then behind that is the Spaten Oktoberfest. And then that's with 3. Behind that with 2.5 is the Funk Brewing Oktoberfest beer, Märzen as well. And one that is bringing up the rear that is not good is the Sly Fox Oktoberfest. At a 1 overall, you could not go any lower on this show. So, yeah.
I will say I did enjoy most of these more than I thought I would.
That's good. That's good. Well, and I'm glad that you said that because there is this kind of conception, especially amongst people who have been into craft beer for quite some time that, like, don't even bother with Oktoberfests or Märzen styles or anything. Like, people aren't doing Märzens all that often unless it's around this time, or doing Oktoberfest unless it's around this time. And even then, a lot of the people who are big into craft beer are like, I'm not touching that. I'm going to stick with my IPAs. I'm going to stick with my stouts, my sours, whatever. But these are legitimate styles.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to enjoy there. And if you don't just give it a shot, you're not going to know what you would like. To be honest, like, I would potentially buy some of these again.
Well, I think, we like to have kind of like an easy drinking, like, we like, we said it before on the show, the Union Skipjack.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Pilsner.
Now moving into fall, I feel like we could have the Fest beer.
Yeah.
Like, it still satisfies something light, crisp, has a little flavor, but moving into some of those darker, a little bit of a darker note. Well,
and the whole reason that the Oktoberfest beer style came to be in Germany was to be a celebration, a beer to celebrate the changing of summer to fall.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's captured very well in what the flavor profile is.
Yeah.
Of the in-between of summer and fall.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Oktoberfest in Germany is in September.
Yes, it's in September. Yes.
So.
But I think it actually spans, like it goes September into October.
Oh, okay.
But it just starts in September. It's a long period of time. I think it's like 3 weeks or something like that. I don't know if people drink for the entire 3 weeks straight, but
They should.
Some people probably do.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, this was fun. Educational. Oh, and I do want to say, going back to what I was saying about a lot of craft beer people wouldn't, try these beers. I would throw myself in that category. Unless we did this tournament, I probably was not going to try any of these beers or buy them. But I'm really glad we did it for that reason.
Yeah. I almost picked up the Union Fest beer.
Oh, yeah?
Because
we love Union.
I'm like, I like Union stuff. But then I was like, an Oktoberfest lager. I'm like, but I do like their stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And I do feel like it has a few flavor profile notes in it that remind me a little bit of Skipjack.
Yeah. The Naked Cheerio finish.
The Naked Cheerio, that little bit of like a alfalfa to it. It's very, the crispness, the cleanness, because they're both lagers. So. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you, Rachel Herron. Thank you very much for putting this together.
Yeah, it was fun.
But that's Sly Fox. No. Should have been something else there.
Yeah, I got a GTFO on that Sly Fox.
Exactly. Well, thanks everyone for checking this out. If you have ideas for other little mini tournaments or the big one, if you have ideas for the big one, let me know. I'm trying to formulate a good idea for the next one because our podcast is about to be 7 years old pretty soon.
Ugh.
Yeah. In January of 2020, it's going to be 7 years old. So it's a long time. It's a lot of podcasts.
We need like an anniversary.
And I'm going to point out, because I'm going to pat myself on the back, we haven't missed a single week putting out a podcast for almost 7 years. That is an accomplishment.
When you say we, it's really you.
Yeah, but I mean, you've been recording and helping get the beers.
That's all I do. You do most of the hard work. I just drink.
Well, editing and stuff like that. Setup and takedown. Hey, you could start helping with the takedown.
I just drink. I'm just here for the beers.
I'm going to have to renegotiate your contract. That's what we're going to I'm going to have to start withholding some of the beer. And be like, now you have to put some things away after the show.
I'll carry my glasses to the sink.
We need a little more than that. Okay, anyway, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone.
These 5%ers really got you.
If you have enough. No. Thank you everyone for checking this out. Until next time.
Keep it brutal.
This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.